Hey everyone, welcome back to Bravely Default. Last time, we cleared the Blood Rose Legion out of Florin once more and learned that Olivia, the Vestal of Water, still perished in this world, but due to an earthquake this time, not killed by Victoria. In her place, we reawoke the Crystal of Water, restoring the water's purity to Luxembourg once again. Today, we head to the war-torn Eisen region to once again help out the Shield Bearers and reawaken the Crystal of Fire along the way. Technically, Grandship would fit into this section as well, given we first visited it in Chapter 3, but we already covered that during our repeat time in Caldisla, as we already had access to our own Grandship, and the Grandship there right now carries the exact same equipment. Also, it's really fucking weird, there's just 2 Grandships, and the only person that ever comments on it is this one drunk dude, no one else. Well, we are on Grandship though. Let's check out the drunken pig of this world.
Hey, you there! Is this how you treat all your customers?
Oh, put a plug in it, old woman. We ain't open yet. You come in here saying me ale's too expensive, call me place to dump, and then say that the Sea Slug's an awful name for a tavern. What business is it of yours, you old hag?
Oh, well, excuse me for disturbing you when you're clearly so busy. I shan't bother coming back! Zats! We're leaving!
What's going on? The proprietress wanted to find out what the drunken pig was like in this world.
Let's just say things aren't how she's used to. Even the name's different.
I'd take my drunken pig over this any day, were her words.
Seeing the guy running the place, I don't fancy slaking my thirst in there either.
Too right.
The Sea Slug. The proprietress sure got angry. Well, she is rather attached to the old drunken pig, you know. Must have been a shock to see her beloved tavern being run like that. What would possess anyone to name a tavern the Sea Slug? Who knows? But it could be one of those places popular with the local crowd. The type of the cantankerous proprietor, die-hard patrons, and a stubborn refusal to serve strangers. No, I think not. The only clean area around there was the proprietor. The knives, cutting boards, even the bar stools, they were all covered in dust. And the menu should have been filled with the sea's bounty, but all I could see were some dried nuts and dried meats. You two sure have some sharp eyes. Well, I guess I just noticed things that you don't, Tiss. You mean food, right? What did you just say, Ringabel? Of course, a new region comes with new enemies, and so in the Eisen region, Grab Keep, Stark Fort, the Mithril Mines, and the Grandship Engine Room, we can now find Skull Lancers, who use Bone Crush to deal damage to each party member equal to the amount of HP they have missing, and this is a genome you can get as vampire, so make sure you grab that. You can also steal a trident from them, which, while not the best alliance ever, is interesting in that it deals lightning damage. There's Skull Knights, who can use Flesh Cleaver to deal tons of damage, but more importantly, you can steal a Dark Shield from them, which provides dark immunity to whoever has it equipped. Pretty awesome. Skull Hunters use Triple Shot to hit 3 random targets, while also using Flame Arrow to hit individuals. They also have an Ancient Bow you can steal from them, which is still a fantastic bow with a 25% chance to inflict paralysis. In the interior areas specifically, so basically anywhere but the actual outside Eisen region, you can also find the Samurai Zombie, who just uses Rash Slash to decrease its defense, but deal extra damage. We can only take out 3 of the 5 Blackblade commanders before waking the Fire Crystal, so for the sake of organization, we're going to awaken the Fire Crystal right now, and thankfully, the path to it from the Mithril Mines is already open. Amazing the Blackblades haven't found this yet, but whatever, again, video games. While we're heading there though, there are new enemies to be found in the Underflow, alongside all the new enemies in the other Eisen areas. Note these are only found in later areas of the Underflow, so you'll have to use the shortcut to the west of the entrance in order to find them. First up, the Flame Moth, who uses Firestorm to attack the party and lower their physical defense by 25%. Firestorm is also a genome you can learn with the Vampire. Next, the Red Helm, who uses Massacre to hit 4 random targets. And lastly, the Gobbler, who can use Rear Ender to hit a single target very hard. The gobblers are worth mainly because when you defeat it, which is pretty easy to do if you just use attack items, you get 5,000 pig per gobbler killed. Of course, an amazing way to grind for currency. With all that out of the way, let's move on to the altar of the fire crystal.
Look!
This crystal has also reverted. Should we perform the Rite of Awakening? I think so.
Wait, something lurks nearby.
That's Chogmar! The Mark of Doom!
Another creature back from destruction!
Here they come!
It's Chogmar again, and well, he's Chogmar again. Just as it was with the other crystal bosses, you can get a genome from this guy, that being Energy Burst, which he'll use the turn after he gets rid of his shield, so try not to kill him before he does that, which is entirely possible if you just use salve makers with attack item amp, item critical, and use Fallman shards. Energy Burst is a physical attack that hits every enemy, dealing times 1.5 damage. You can also steal Reflecting from him, and he also drops one after you defeat him, which makes it so whoever has it equipped starts the battle with Reflect on them, which means all magic sent their way will be sent to the enemy. While this is great if they're using offensive spells on you, it makes healing more difficult since it'll also send healing spells toward the opponent, though potions and the vampire's white wind will still work through it.
Hurry up and awaken the crystal before we are beset by more beasts! Of course. I'm ready, Eri. I'm sure you have the hang of it, but if there's anything you'd like to go over again, just ask. Time to get started, Agnes. Are you ready?
Yes. Let us begin.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! Still not enough! You can do this! Stop! That's it! You did it! You awakened the crystal! Well done, Agnes!
Have you checked your brooch, Eri?
Yes, the fire crest is lit.
Phew. Good.
Are you okay, Agnes?
Yes, I am used to it now. I need a short rest, but then we should head to the next temple.
Okay.
Unfathomable. The sage sure gave us a lot to think about. The dangers of the crystals and the harrowing. The harrowing. To think he has studied it for 1800 years and is still in the dark about what it is. I can't help thinking that the harrowing is what we're going through right now. You mean right here in this strange world where time seems to have been rewound? Do you think this strange world bears some relation to whatever causes the Great Chasm? Ah, well, who can know? Just like none can fathom the ways of a woman's heart. At least that pursuit, well, just as pointless, is more enjoyable.
Welcome, Wind Vestal. I see you have companions, too. Well met. I am Daniel Goodman, commander of the Shield Bearers. I must apologize on behalf of my soldiers. They did not know who you were when they stopped you.
No need to apologize. After all, you were kind enough to grant us the audience we sought.
I am happy to accommodate you. Now, what is it I can help you with?
We have come to these lands to journey to the Temple of Fire and awaken the crystal there.
The Temple of Fire. I am afraid that...
Yes, we are aware. But we have already awakened the fire crystal.
What? But the way there was blocked by lava.
That is right. We entered the temple through a passage deep within the mithril mine.
You should dispatch soldiers to the mithril mine swiftly to ensure it is not taken by the sword bearers.
Understood. You have outdone yourself, Wind Vestal. I am impressed.
Oh, would you be able to grant us permission to stay in Heartschild?
Of course. The shield bearers welcome the Vestal and her companions. Feel free to rest your travel-weary bones in town. Someone, show the Vestal and her companions the way.
The building you can see in the middle of town is the commander's residence. Mrs. Goodman has been informed of your arrival, Vestal.
Now that we're in Heartschild, let's go over the new weapons that can be found in the area. The Gladius is now available at the Armory, a new dagger that, well, having no special effect is still pretty great, so we'll be buying that. And at Starkfort, we can now buy the Crimson Spear, which, again, no special effect, but it's just a very good lance and we're going to be buying that as well.
What on earth could that ship be doing? Oh, pardon me.
Did you see something?
Yes. A strange ship has been appearing in this harbor ever since the start of the war. It's a decrepit old sailing ship, and it always shows up on foggy nights.
Has it tried to harm you?
No, it's just an eerie sight, though you can hear screams coming from it.
That's the ship. It's still prowling around. There's nobody on board.
An actual, real-life ghost ship?
Ha-ha! Guests that yet breathe, a rare honor.
Have you found what you were looking for?
What do you know of this? So you can read the hearts of men, Wind Vestal. Amazing. You have a second sight. Welcome to our pirate ship, the SS Funky Francisca. I am Captain Barbarossa, leader of the Black Blade's naval force. You must be the Wind Vestal and her companion. A pleasure to meet you. I am a ranking member of the Black Blades. Of course I'm kept abreast of your comings and goings, Vestal. You have made quite a name for yourselves, in fact. Were you not aware? I have looked forward to meeting you in battle one day. I leave the helm to you, me matey. We'll make this a fair fight. Yarr! Yarr! The ship is coming apart! How clumsy of me to step through the deck. I sail this ship in search of a certain something prized by the commander and myself. You might call it adventure. Surely you don't have to be a man of the sea to know that.
I know what you speak of. A man's soul craves nothing more than the romance of adventure.
Well, aren't you two getting on famously, Ring a Bell?
Perhaps it is something women and children can never understand. If you think about it rationally, it does seem absurd. But absurd or not, it is adventure I seek. And the years I have spent wandering the seas in folly have shown me many truths.
That's it! The truth!
Now, let us have a little fun. See how you fare against my great axe!
Barbarossa is still going to be using those powered abilities to lower your physical defense, as well as deal double damage, occasionally braving to use both of these in one turn. And when he's low in health, he'll exclusively brave and use double damage. Again, Ninja with Utsutsami or Transients may be helpful, or again, the Templar's Rampart ability, and Thunder attacks will see Barbarossa finished off fairly quickly.
You and your allies have bested me, Windvestal. Such power. Forgive me. I was not able to find the Susano. Oh.
If it was the Susano O you sought, we found it. It exists. Your quest was not in vain.
'Tis his dream. When I was young, I dreamed of becoming a sailor. Is that so? But, Tiz, weren't you raised in the mountains? That explains it right there. You know, the grass is always greener. In any case, I gave it up. How come? It's hard to be a sailor if you can't swim, and I can't. Well, that is to be expected, considering you lived so far from the sea. Abandoning your dream is such a trivial matter. What a shame. I don't think swimming is so trivial if you're at sea all the time. Listen, Tiz, and listen good. Ring Bell over there and all the duchy officers pilot airships. But not one of them is able to fly on his own.
Oh, look! The Wind Vessel and her merry band have graced us with their presence. We haven't come to hear you sing, if that's what you think. Oh, please! I'm sure you heard rumors of my voice and couldn't help but come to see for yourself. Because we all know when I sing...
We go wild!
Shut it! You won't get your way so easily. I'm afraid it's futile. My personal guard would gladly die for me. Isn't that right, darling?
We're here for you, Praline!
Thank you all! Let's sing a little tune then! Love in the Crossfire! Not so fast! Come on, shield bearers! What are you doing? This isn't on the set list! Nobody can hear my song now! I'll just have to sing louder! Oh, this isn't working! Time to blow you sky high! How's that? No way! It's useless! Ah, why are you being so mean? You're supposed to worship the ground I walk on! Oh, kick the Wind Vessel and that other riffraff out of here!
Next up, Praline a la mode. Thankfully, we already have the conductor's baton, so we don't need to go through the awful process of finding his students around the world just to re-obtain it. We can just head right to Eisenberg and offer to deal with her. Praline, same as last time, starts with a black blade and axe fighter, and I'd suggest killing that black blade quickly so it doesn't confuse your party. Though you can always equip resistance to this and keep them alive, as if they're taken down, Praline will just bring more in. Otherwise, Praline will raise their BP and physical attack. Almost anything can deal... Otherwise, Praline will raise their BP and physical attack. Almost anything that can deal any damage is good for dealing with this fight.
How could
is it? I'm going back to ordinary life.
No, Praline! Don't leave us!
I'm so sorry, everyone.
The plan went off without a hitch. You drowned her out completely. We should suffer much less attrition on the Eisenberg Bridge from now on. You've done us a great service.
Straight-laced Agnes. That young lady was amazing. Such a carefree voice and super cute moves. And her song made you want to get up and dance. Perhaps it is because of my long years at the temple, but I do not particularly fancy such noisy music. Oh, you thought it was noisy, Agnes? Yeah, it makes my head go all fuzzy. Agnes, you simply must loosen up a bit. You're far too serious. But is it not strange to surrender your body to a beat and prance about like everyone else? Strange? No, it's fun to dance around without a care in the world. Besides, didn't someone once say the most important thing is to have fun? You miss out on what's important if you're always so serious. Ah, I forgot something important. I was so into her music, I forgot to go over and talk to her. Of course, in his case, it's a matter of having too much fun.
Curses! After all the glory I brought them, he packed me off to the boondocks to patch up wounded soldiers. All's fair in war, I say. Victory must be achieved at all costs. That is what war is all about.
Right you are.
Show respect for the enemy. The goal is not simply to kill. Bah! He's far too old to spout such childish nonsense. Pride and honor are merely shackles on the battlefield.
Yeah, I guess so.
He seems to think that waving a sword around in battle makes him superior. What an outmoded concept!
If anyone deserves credit, it's you, Dr. Qada. You treat not only your wounded allies, but the wounded shield bearers who fought against you. I have to admire you for that.
Oh. Do you really think so? Yes, you are quite right.
Is that by order of the Swordmaster?
Of course not. He would never approve of such actions. I have used my own judgment in this case.
Really? But what if word gets out? You'd get in trouble, Dr. Qada.
You do not worry about me. I merely seek to treat as many of the wounded as I can.
Did you hear that? Yes, not quite how it went last time.
Do you think he actually has a heart? We heard what you had to say for yourself.
What? Who goes there?
My name is Adia Lee.
Adia Lee? You can't mean you're the Grand Marshal's daughter?
That aside, is it true that you've been treating wounded shield bearers, though you're an officer of the Black Blades? Why? Can it be that you truly have a heart? Do you seek to aid the masses? If so, then help us end this war.
Oh, that is rich! The very idea makes me laugh!
What?
You are somewhat misguided. Can you not understand that I need as many live bodies as possible for my experiments?
Live bodies? Experiments?
Exactly! I am Dr. Qada, salve maker. From weapons of mass murder to tonics of resurrection. There is no salve I cannot make, but when it comes to testing my concoctions, there are many obstacles. I cannot simply use wounded allies as specimens, can I? It is far cheaper and more efficient to use captured enemies. Do you not agree?
I should have known you were the monster I always took you for. I've been thoroughly duped.
Where is the master sample of your deadly toxin?
Oh, that. I'm afraid the Swordmaster has confiscated it. Not to worry, though. I still remember the recipe right down to the tiniest detail. I can craft more when needed and give those shield bearers another dose of my medicine.
We must put an end to him now!
Of course!
Qada can still be found brooding over in the western part of Starkfort and fights the same way. He still gives himself regen, which he'll want to stop with Dispel whenever he uses it. He can still poison the party with poison high potions, and will still use Dark Breath when he's damaged enough to essentially OHKO the party. Your level may be high enough by now though to have over 9,999 HP with the help of a Giant's Draft, especially if you make everyone a monk and or give them any HP up accessories or abilities. Though with accessories I'd suggest poison resistance over HP up.
No, it cannot end here. I have left so many experiments undone. My toxins could kill you in seconds. Vestal. That was close. I made the right call drinking that concoction to fake my death. It seems the Vestal was convinced of my demise. The world is indeed full of fools. Now, it is time I left this wretched place.
So you flee again, do you?
But of course, I do what I must to survive, by any means necessary. As long as I survive, I am confident my fortunes will be reversed. After all, who but I can create weapons with the power to kill tens of thousands in one fell blow? And once I am ready, I will obliterate you all! The sword bearers and shield bearers, the Vestal, and even the Black Blades! And then the world shall be mine.
Not the world of the living. So the fire crystal has been awakened. It has all been in vain. The war we started in this realm. The deaths of both ally and foe. And the demise of the Fire Vestal. Do you not think so? You who resemble a disciple I once favored.
Master? You introduced me to the way of the sword, Master. You taught me many things. About values, standards, and good and evil. It's fair to say you had a great influence on me. My father was always concerned about his work and his ideals. He found little time to spend with me. Tell me, Master, were the things you told me about righteousness, strength, and bravery all lies? That we should help the helpless and face strong foes without flinching? I cannot fathom why you have lit the fires of war in this realm, causing strife to so many innocents, I still find it hard to believe. This is not the man I know. He would never do this!
You let sentiment cloud your mind, Adia. You are still as earnest as you were when you were a youth. You never waver in your disgust for recreant behavior. You condemn all that runs counter to your beliefs without fail. In a way, you remind me of your father.
What? You see him in me?
Yes, very much so. But you are still a child, unsullied by the world. There are no certainties in life. Righteousness and truth have a different meaning to each and every one of us. If you try to see the world as merely black or white, you'll lose sight of its true nature.
Many are quick to treat us as children. But they simply use that as an excuse for their own corruption.
A warrior's pride is not always compatible with the responsibilities of a commander, Adia. If I could act as I see fit, everything would be easy. But that is not the case. The same goes for your father. And someday, for the wind vestal you accompany.
Oh. Don't compare her to you or my father. Agnes acts for the good of the world.
She fights to carry out her mission, no? Blood and tears are shed in its name. It is no different for your father, Omi.
Mission? No different? You and your soldiers plunged the world into turmoil. You started a war, and took the lives of so many. How can you say Agnes is like you?
If you cannot see beyond the surface, then perhaps you will never understand. Do not be so blind. You must not lose sight of what is most important. I thought I had taught you that.
Enough sophistry. It is underhanded. That does it! I shall go to help Agnes awaken the Earth Crystal.
If that is your decision, I hope you are prepared to live with it.
I am. I'm ready to fight any who get in our way. Even you or my father.
Very well, then. I see you have made up your mind.
In the center part of Starkvolt, Kamizumi can still be found reflecting on the war's end, and, okay, you know the drill by now, I'm sure, he's the same. Nothing ventured to counter physical attacks, before swine to counter magic, no then enemy to counter from a specific target, and after countering an attack, he'll brave 3 times and attack a bunch. A good way to deal with this is, again, Ninja or Templar. With Ninja, you can use Utsutsemi and Transients and bait him to attack that individual, so he tries to counter, misses, and gets countered himself. Default after that to weather his attacks, then attack while he's in a deficit. Yeah, you got it.
Master!
Well fought. I underestimated your conviction. Will you hear your master out one last time, Adia?
Of course.
Take the time to speak with your father properly. If you do not, I see nothing but tragedy for you both. End this petty dissent between father and child.
Master.
You two were always so difficult.
Master!
Welcome to our humble abode, Windvestal. We are honored to receive you and your companions. I am Commander Goodman's wife. Please call me Eleanor. My husband has told me to receive you and your companions as guests of state, Vestal. Please make yourselves at home. Unfortunately, in a time of war, the hospitality I can provide is limited.
Oh, there's no need to go to any trouble for us.
shopping and Heartschild. Say, Adia, didn't the proprietress ask us to pick something up when we went out? Ah, I almost forgot the shopping list. Dads and Dads has some requests too. This must be Dads' list. Let's see here. Coarsely ground sausage and heart salami, 2 barrels each. All that for one person? And for Zats, let's see. Cheese with holes in it. Why am I not surprised? And the proprietress, what does she want? 1 barrel of salted pork, 1 clump of Eisenberg salt, and 5 barrels of potatoes. Come to think of it, that's an awful lot for us to carry all by ourselves. There's more. The gifts are for the commander's wife and any townsfolk that help you. Gifts? That's right, she gave it to me on your grandship. A barrel chock full of dried seaweed and dried fish. The town is ringed with volcanoes and plagued by civil war. I'm sure there will be a delight to get some of the sea's bounty. The proprietress sure thinks of everything. How about we buy a gift for her this time? Great idea.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
Oh, Commander Goodman. Good to see you made it home.
I came as soon as I could when I heard the Wind Vestal was holding a banquet in my honor.
A banquet?
My wife is also most pleased. You can see she's all in a bustle getting things...
Commander Goodman, please call your wife in here at once.
What? But why?
Just do it, please. Eleanor!
We were too late!
No, there may still be time. Just play along, everyone, okay?
What is wrong?
Something terrible has happened! It's Nastasia! She's dead!
Nastasia is dead. She was not breathing and had no pulse.
We believe a blow to the back of her head with a blunt object is what killed her. But we haven't found a weapon.
We've placed her body in bed for now.
I'm more concerned at the fact that the front door
won't open, right? This is all feeling very familiar.
What do we do?
We cannot let anyone get killed needlessly. Let us head to the bedroom.
Commander Goodman, I must ask you and the others to stay here.
All right, but what is going on?
What? Commander Goodman and Officer Neuer were killed?
Who could have done it?
It could be the covert unit of the Black Blades. Perhaps one of them disguised themselves as the servant. Yeah.
How the heck?
As we thought!
So you have discovered my ruse. I never expected you to notice I was merely posing as a corpse. How clever of you.
Ha! Just as I suspected!
It is our second time around.
I have yet to slay my mark. Trust the Wind Vessel and her troop to show up at the worst possible time. Well, it seems I have no choice, but...
Yeah, we know. You can skip the speech, Konoe Kikyo.
Here she comes!
So Goodman and Neuer were killed this time, opposed to Steiner and Neuer. You know, you'd think the characters might expect Kikyo to show up again given what happened before, and we'd come here ASAP to warn him about it, or at least know immediately what was happening as soon as we entered. How even were Goodman and Neuer killed? We were just entirely incompetent, I guess? You know what? Video games. Okay. Anyway, the fight itself, as usual, same as before. Graves and uses Shipu Jinrai to attack immediately, and Utsutsume to dodge attacks and then counter them. Rampart is a great way to deal with that, since then her counter won't do anything, or even Utsutsume's of your own with transient equipped. And then of course, anything to deal damage.
Any last words before you meet your maker?
So, The ninja chooses to remain silent upon her death.
You think? It looks like she has something to say. Look, she's changed her disguise again.
I used the turmoil as the war drew to a close to finally round up the shield-bearer commander and his 2 top officers, but all of my effort has been for naught. All was going to plan until I used the wind vessel to lure my victims, and you all come sauntering in out of nowhere and ruin everything. That is the last time I trust alternates for information. I pitted Officers Steiner and Neuer against each other. For all that time. Yet you got me in the end. Wind Vestal.
She got that off her chest quick.
Windvestal, what on earth is going on?
Yes, indeed. Without an explanation, we are all in the dark.
Well, to put it plainly, a ninja of the Black Blades had disguised herself as the servant Nastasia and plotted to kill you all.
She used the Wind Vestal's name to get you here. We were able to stop her in time, though.
Astounding! Then those invitations.
Completely fabricated.
How could this happen? The shield bearers almost suffered a tremendous loss.
How did you see through the enemy's ruse, Wind Vestal?
She saw a vision.
Ah.
Wait, Medea!
Let it go. It's not too far from the truth, after all. Oh, one more thing, Eleanor.
Yes?
You would do well to check the cellar. You may find Nastasia tied up down there.
I will.
I guess that's case closed then.
Thank you so much, Lady Vestal. You have done us a great service.
Yes. Well...
And we're done with Eisenberg again, and apparently no one was actually killed by Kikyo? Even though we saw them dead and exclaimed at their deaths, were we acting? Wouldn't Kikyo then know something was up since, like, she didn't kill them? I don't know. I have no idea what's happening in that cutscene. It really doesn't make any sense, but at least everyone is alive, I suppose. With that, though, next time, we move on to Eternia to once again take out the Council of Six and awaken the Crystal of Earth, once again summoning the Holy Pillar. See you guys then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.